Hey guys, welcome back to the final part of house number 5. So today we're going to finish up the house. So the second floor, last part we did the first floor. Second part, this part, we are going to finish up the house on the second floor. And just like the other houses, I'm going to give you guys the layout of the houses. I'll tell you which rooms I think should be for what. And then what we will do is we will go to the outside and work on the exterior a little bit more because there is a little bit more to start to get working on. So we actually need to get started. So let's go over the materials that we will need. Again, we will need snow, quartz slabs, gray wool, quartz stairs, cobblestone walls, fences, glowstone, and glass panes. So we're going to start off with the big chandelier that goes at the front of the mansion. Well, not mansion, but house. So what we're going to do, we're going to start in directly the middle, in between these, like this big window and this one here. Now you might be asking yourself, well, it's an even number window, how do we know where the middle is? Well, with this window being here, we actually do have a odd number. So we're gonna have one thing of stone or cobblestone walls here. Now we want it connecting to the wall here. We don't want it in directly the middle, okay? And you'll see why later on. Next, we're gonna add a fence to that down below it, and then we're gonna add two things of glowstone attached to the fence post. 1, 2. Well, 1, 2. Just like that. Now, here's the reason why you don't want it one block away from anything. It's because we're going to have glass panes on this top piece of the cobblestone. We're going to have glass panes coming all the way around it, just like this, okay? Now, if we had it one block closer to the glass here, the glass panes would connect and it wouldn't look as good. What you're going to do next is on the second block of glowstone, instead of having the glass panes going all the way around it, you're going to have glass panes on every single side, just not connecting. And then on the very bottom, have one just by itself. And it kind of makes it look like a finished off chandelier. So voila, really simple chandelier that looks fantastic. And next, let's get started on the interior. So the interior, we want enough room to where we can get up to the second floor, right? So this wall here that we have from the first part, that's just going all the way up. We're just going to have this wall come all the way over and this be a solid wall. We will add our door later on, but just for now, we're just going to keep it nice and simple. You know, keep it simple, stupid. Something you always learned in math, I think is what it was. I forgot what it was, but whatever. Okay, so we want to make it to where the hallway is too wide. So we're going to have a straight wall coming all the way down the house, coming all the way down from here. Now, again, you notice that we have 2 blocks of space to walk down. So we have 2 blocks from the anvils to the next wall. So we're just going to make this into a solid wall as well. So we have the room for it. And, you know, it's amazing, this house isn't really that big, but you have, I think, maybe 3 or 4 bedrooms and then 1 bathroom at the top. So you have plenty of space. The master will be the room on the left side because that's just the biggest room that we have. And we're just stacking up this wall. Almost done with this, I think. Yeah, this is the first modern house I've made in a really, really, really long time. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Okay, so we have that wall. But it looks really plain now, obviously. It's just a plain wall. But what we want to do now is we want to have, again, 2 block gap until we get to here. Now, we want 2 block gap to here. But this is going to be the bathroom for the second floor. Now, obviously, it looks pretty big. I mean, it kind of is, but it has everything we need. We have the 2 blocks of space. And what we're going to do now is after this wall is stacked up, we're going to create the door for the bathroom here, okay? So now that's done. The door for this room, we're just going to make a door here. We want a door, or a wall, right here in between these 2 big windows. And this will just be a plain solid wall. Just like this. We can just stack this up. And kind of the same thing over here. So we can kind of make this into one big room as well. Now, we do kind of want to separate the rooms a little bit because this is a really, really long room. So what if we kind of separate it? So maybe this could be like a closet. So if we separate this a little bit, a closet can be too wide. And if we have the snow coming across and connecting, just like that, this can be a closet with a small window in between that lets some light in, so you don't have to have a light in here. And voila. Now the room's a lot smaller, and it looks a little bit more manageable. So there can be the door for that room. The closet can be right here. Perfect. So you walk in, you can have shelves and everything. Now, here's where we have to be careful where we put the door. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take out our court stairs, and we're going to make the stairs going up to our roof. So the way we want this to work is we're going to start at the top, because that's just the easiest way to do it. We're going to have our first stair right here, okay? Even with this first piece. Now we're going to have it come down by 3. So you should have 3 blocks of quartz. Now we want to turn it. I'm just going to use upside down quart blocks because you're not going to see them, or upside down quart stairs, because you're not going to see them anyways. You could even just use slabs if you wanted to. Not that big of a deal. And next, all you're going to do is just have 3 stairs coming down. Voila. Now we have stairs going up to our second floor. Oh, that's really simple, okay? And now you can just put anything here, really, just to cover up the space. So something just like this, whatever you want to do. And then all we're going to do is just fill in this space with a nice simple wall. Just to fill in everything, just so you can't see in between the stairs. Voila, now we have that taken care of. And now we have a way up to our roof. Next, let's add the door to our master bedroom, which is here. So we want the master bedroom to be here. And we can't get rid of that one. Luckily, I have gray wool here. Okay. And I think we have one more room here. We do. Perfect. So we have 1, 2, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths up on the top floor. Okay. Now, I do want to have a fireplace in this room. And the best way to do this is with the stairs we just added, right? So what we can do is add everything right here. So what we're going to do for this is we're just going to get rid of some of this excess stuff that we don't need. We are going to put the nether rack right here, okay? Let's put some snow or whatever material you want to put here to kind of just like cover up anything. And let's make these into full blocks. Boom, perfect. And all we have to do now is just close it up. And now we have a nice, simple fireplace. Now, if you wanted to move this out one more block, you easily could. It's not that big of a deal. But now you have a fireplace in your master bedroom that kind of heats things up a little bit. Haha, get it? Because it's heat. So what I want to do is I want to have a bathroom here. So let's have the bathroom. We have 2 blocks of walking space when we get in. And then it cuts off right here, okay? So our bathroom obviously isn't going to be huge. It's not the biggest room in the world. And so we're stacking up this extra space. Also, with this master, we have a lot more headroom than a lot of the other rooms. So that's something else that you can kind of see with a master is the taller head space, the more space you get to use. Oh, excuse me. The more space you get to use and everything. Okay. So we're just going to make this into a solid wall. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do, and do-do-do-do. Let's have the bathroom entrance be here. Perfect. And we're actually not going to cover this up. Reason for that is we can just add like something small like that. But then we can just add some shelves. So the shelves will just be like this. And it just helps with using your space wisely. So there's all the design for the rooms. You know where all the rooms are, so I will go over. This is the master bedroom, okay? This will be a guest bedroom, or you can even use it like as an office, whatever you want to use. This is a closet, another bedroom, or a office, whatever you want to use for it. Another bedroom, a bathroom over here. Okay, so that's basically all, and that's bugging me. So we got everything taken care of now. Now, let's go to the outside. We have some things to work on the outside, mainly in the front yard. So we need to take out our gray wool, which is... Actually, let's use gray stained clay for this to try to change things up a little bit, because we've used gray wool for the house itself. So, all we're going to do is get rid of this grass here and replace it with our gray stained clay. So, like I said, all you're going to do is just replace it. And replace it with what we're doing. And we're also probably going to add a pool here to the front of the house. Now, that might sound a little bit weird, but if you think about it, that's not really... I mean, that's really only a place we have space for it. And a lot of houses and condos that I've seen pictures of, and I've been to some houses in Florida when I went there for vacation, they all had houses and pools. Well, all the houses had pools is what I meant to say. And in a place like that, you really have pools because it's a nice day most of the time. It rains once a day, whatever. But the humidity is always pretty high up, so you want to go in the water. And this pools in a place like that are the standard. So, voila. And now we have that. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to add the pool right here to this area. Because we already have the area, and how about instead of using the grass, what if we just use it for the pool? I think that makes a little bit more sense than using it for anything else. And it's actually a pretty big pool. I mean, pools don't have to be big all the time. They're just, people actually like small pools. They like the pools to where they can just relax. They don't need the one to where they're actually going to swim. So we're just going to use the block of quartz here. And all we're going to do is just add them under the quartz slabs that we already have. And this will kind of give it a finished look. Now, for underneath, we could use, what could we use? We could use diamonds. We could use lapis. Lapis blocks are actually pretty cool to use. So let's use a lapis lazuli block. So that's what we're going to use for this. So all we're going to do is just fill this in. Now, again, this isn't a huge pool. It's not too deep. And the slab will actually make it pretty easy. Now, hopefully this doesn't look too bad, having the lapis blocks. And one of my ideas is actually, what if we alternated between the lapis and the diamond block? And it kind of just like separates the colors a little bit. So what if we did something like this? Now, it's not too often I use blocks like these because I don't like blocks where you can see the edges. I don't know why. It's just something that's always bothered me. But oh my goodness. There we go. I got the right block that time. I do understand in different scenarios they can look good. But most of the time you're hardly ever going to see me. Did I mess up? What's wrong here? Something is wrong. I need to move these, I guess. Something was off there. Man, I cannot use my words today. And I hate when I can't use my words. I was having that problem when I was recording with Weeby Stranger yesterday, too. Okay, so there's our pool. Okay. All we have to do now is the usual, add the water. So the water, you don't want to add lava. That would not be a pool. That'd be like a sauna that you would die. And boop, 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 boop. Here is your new pool. So really simple. Even if you don't want to have the slabs around it, something else you could even do is just get rid of the slabs around the border and then replace it with like all the dirt underneath with your quartz. So something like this. And what this does, it kind of gives it a little bit more finished design and makes it actually look a little bit bigger, even though it's really not. So there's that. Is there anything else we want to do? Up on the top here, on the outside, there are a couple things you can do. You can add some lawn chairs with like some spruce wood, you know, and just make it look like basic. All right, I do want to mention, if you are making this next to a ocean, I probably should have said this in the first part, have the front facing the ocean, not the back. That would make more sense. Hopefully you guys knew that, but just in case you didn't, that's what I'm suggesting. Then up here, we can actually make a table. And the table design I have in mind is, because we have the space for it, we're going to use a quartz slab. We're going to need some flower pots, and also take out some string, which of course we need for any carpet. String. And let's use, we can't use gray wool because that's what we've already used here. Let's use white carpet, might as well. So what we're going to do, you're going to have a 3x3, well not a 3x3, but close. A 3, yeah, we actually might have a 3x3. A 3x3 table here. And it's not even. We're just going to move it over one. It's not going to be even no matter what, but let's have it facing this way to make it better. Okay. So we're going to have a 3x3 just like this. What you're going to do, you're going to have your slab here in the middle. Actually, get rid of the one in the middle. You'll see why. Because we're actually going to add a upside down block to it. Just like, that's still not right. Here, we need to get rid of one of the strings. We need an upside down slab in the middle. Okay. And then put our string back. And then take your white carpet and put your white carpet around the slab. And then you put your flower pot here in the middle. And you put a rose or a fern, anything in here that just can make a difference. Boom. And then for our chairs, let's use jungle wood. Now all you're going to do is put stairs around it. And I actually like this table design a lot. It's simple, but it looks good. It actually looks like a floating table, which is something that I actually kind of like. Now, if you don't like that, like how it looks like that, you can easily just make this into a full block, and voila, it fixes that problem just like that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we could do to the up here. We could add some, if we take out like some spruce wood and some jungle wood or oak wood leaves. One thing I always like to do is I like to add shrubbery to buildings. It gives it a little bit more of a relaxing feel and a better feel to the place. We could even add some overhanging from like the building itself, which is actually a popular thing, which I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of times. So something just like this, it's really simple, but it really does a lot for the house, as you can tell. We could even have it like right here, right by the window. Basically, this looks like it's not run. It doesn't make it look like it's run down, which some people might think that, but I don't think it does. We're gonna add some more shrubbery up here. 3 and 3. And how are we looking so far? I think we're actually looking pretty good. We're looking a little bit more cozy now. I'm gonna put some right next to the window here. Make sure it's facing up. Perfect. And basically, I think we're done for the for this house. I mean, a couple things you really could do if you want to. You could use the rest of the space if you wanted for like something else. I'm not exactly sure what you could use it for, but you could easily use it. But if you don't want to use it, and technically it's not safe, you could just use the gray carpet. Would actually be a good thing to use because we've used that. All you would do is maybe take your gray carpet and kind of like what we did earlier with that balcony up there, and take out some snow. You can kind of just add like a small little railing here that makes it look a little bit safer, and it ends right here. Now the whole point of this is if you don't want to use the rest of the space, and if you don't know what to use for it, it kind of makes it look like you're not supposed to use it, you know? I'm sure people can find something to use for that space, but at the moment, I'm not sure what really you could use. Maybe you could put a hot tub up here if you know how to make one of those without going into the house. But yeah, so here's your house, guys. I actually like having the balcony like that. It actually looks really good. So thank you very much for watching, guys. It is greatly appreciated. I will see you guys for house number 6. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of this house, if there's anything else I could have done. I think I'm getting better at the interior part of things. One thing I can think of, in the backside of the house here, maybe just add like stone slabs or just regular stone, or maybe even sand, whatever you want to do for it. So we are done with this house, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye. How to start a city? Let me know in the comments, because I can do a kind of like a series to help you guys get started off. Now, some people ask me to build cities with them.